Hey everybody, Ryan here. I'm gonna continue where I left off with part 1, and I'll be ripping all these sprites. I'm gonna record the whole thing and speed it up really fast. I don't know how many sprites she has total, but from the looks of it, not that much compared to other characters. So, on to sprite ripping. Okay, so that took a total of about 20 minutes to rip all of her sprites. I did not rip exactly all of them because a lot of them are repeats. I will give you an example of repeating animation by showing you her sprite sheet once it opens. Okay, let's see. First off, repeating animation. All of this that I'm going to color in red is not needed because she stays still and the animation around her moves. Let me just make this brush size. Okay, good. Okay, so these here, okay, these here are no good, and these here, wait, that's a big box. These here are no good, and looks like this from this piece here is no good, and this piece here. Now, there is some reconstruction to do because if you look closely right over here, you'll see her foot is cut off and the bow and stuff. So you can use this perfect one here for that, or you can just use several of the other sprites that have it already done. Like see this one. This is perfect. This is a good one to use, and then you just simply replace the feet and the bow from the earlier sprites here to make it look complete. The point of this is you don't need to put the animation in the sprites like this. You can simply use a projectile or XPlot or a helper in the Mugen code to make it work, which would probably be much better off anyways. It would prevent any kind of like issues with the character. Now, I didn't rip the arrows. I will rip them afterwards, secretly offside. And let's see, this is okay. These here you do not need because this is the arrow forming, so that's a no. These here you do not need because the arrows are forming again, and these are just the arrows themselves. You don't need that either. Now let's see, up here these, okay, the arrow, same thing as before. If you see, it's the same set of animations as before except more icicles. This is the same as the Y attack. I don't need that. I don't know what the heck this is, so I'm just gonna not bother with that at all. This is for her bullet, which is awesome. I have this idea for a bullet system, which I gave to Zeke and Cross before, and I think it'll work out pretty well for her. Jump animation. This is kind of tricky, actually, how this works here. Basically, this is no, that's not even it. Orange. This is her starting sprite to jump. Then this is going up like so. You have to work with me and my horrible writing. There we go. One. Okay, so first is the jump, which is this one. Then this, then this, then this is the peak of her jump at the highest point. Then she starts falling with these two, looping indefinitely. That's her jump for every angle. So no matter where she goes, if she goes up, forward, or back, she's going to have these sets of sprites. Now, for air attack, as you see here, jump plus Y/X. This means this is her basic jump attack, and she's going to be doing the same attack for both. So you don't need these 3 sprites. You just need these 5 here. Again, I didn't copy the arrows at all or this icicle attack here. This is the air bullet. These are different animations. These, however, are not different animations. These are the same as the ones up here. So you don't need to copy those. Erase that. Now the air, the fat beat combo. This is more or less the same thing as the basic air, as you can see here. It's more or less the same thing. So you don't need those. These you have to edit a little bit to make them look properly, but that's not really an issue, and I will show you how to do that in iDraw. I had no use for these, no use for these, no use for these. Tauntful, yes, but she has no bow on her. To make these work properly, you have to edit these, which I don't want to get into because I want to show you how to make a character without doing too much edits. This looks like her fat beat combo right here, where she would... Actually, no, this looks like her intro. I didn't rip these. I gotta rip these. Yeah, I gotta rip these because this is her intro. She needs an intro. Okay, and this is her win pose. This is another win pose I can imagine, and this is her lose pose. So I have to go back to ripping these. So I guess this part you'll see in slow motion since I'm going to do it right now. Okay, so I'll just take any image, go down there. Okay. Now this is a good proof to why using a palette image box of 200 is good, because you'll see how well the image fits in here. Okay, so let's see. Select tool. I guess. Okay, it's kind of a confusing thing, but how does this work? It's just confusing as heck. Yeah, this is really confusing. I don't know how this person made these sprites. I think they're all flipped. Yeah, let me see. I'll flip them all and see how they look. Image, rotation, horizontal. I think I just confused myself even more. Alright, so starting here. Okay, I think this is flipped. This is flipped. This is flipped. Okay, you know what? From the looks of it, she does the elemental bullet. I mean, the bullet animation, which leads to this thing here. Okay, so I can, I'm not even gonna rip these. I can apparently mimic this stuff, except for this. Okay, this is all I need here. I'll make that appear as an XSplat or something, and cover it up with a bunch of effects. There's nothing wrong with that. In fact, I might even make it look better. So say that as bow 000. I like to use zeros. Makes me feel comfortable. Now, before I continue on with making the SFF, I need to make a small portrait. Oh, what's this? Portraits! Oh my! Now, for those who don't know, Mugen supports big and small portraits and a victory portrait. The small portrait is, let me just write this out in text just for the heck of it. Enlarge the size. So, the small portrait has to be 25x25 for a low-res character, and the big portrait has to be 120x140, so it'll be a wide image. The victory portrait, I'm not sure. So yeah, I never really do victory portraits. I think as a failsafe, Mugen will automatically take the big portrait to use it for victory portrait if there is none. I could be wrong. So let's work on the small portrait. Let's check this image here. This image using the select tool is up to 2218. That's a bit too small. Her face is a bit bigger, but actually that doesn't look too bad. Let me turn it this way. This way. This way. No, no, no. Okay, you know what? I like this face. That is, I should put the face like this, upside down. Yes. Okay, so this looks more innocent and deceiving all the same. So new file, width, height, 2525. So it carries over the same palette. That's the magic of iDraw. And I paste the image because it's from the same palette, and I save it. I'll save it as small portrait. As for big portrait, I don't have any at the moment, and I don't think she has any in the game unless I erased it, which is very possible, but I'll look into that later on. So I now have all the sprites. I'm going to start building the character's SFF. Before I do that, I need a Kung Fu Man character. Now, I know some people may say, why Kung Fu Man? Or why would I use such a horrible base? Well, you know what, Kung Fu Man is not a horrible base at all. In fact, Electbike made him so we can use him as a base for everything Mugen. In fact, all of my characters are Kung Fu Man, just heavily edited. Now, I know some people may prefer the Electbike template or the MVC template or any other template that has been made. However, those can be buggy sometimes, or just not right. The reason I use the Kung Fu Man template is because he has all of the requirements for a Mugen character and almost none of like the flaws of those templates. Like he is made to run properly in Mugen regardless. Now, the next step is to take a Kung Fu Man folder, copy and paste it, name it the character you're going to make it, Shelly, in this case, and rename all the files to Shelly, or whatever your character's name is. So, Kung Fu Man, Kung Fu Man, Kung Fu Man, you are now Shelly Fu Man. Go into the definition file, and I know you can do all of this in Fighter Factory 3, however, you should do this beforehand, so when Fighter Factory 3 loads it up, it will load up everything all at once instead of having to load separate files. To erase all the junk, this is just my personal preference because I hate the junk. Junk is everywhere. Yes, the junk is everywhere. Now, as you see, all of his files are still Kung Fu Man, so we need to fix that. Shelly, 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 Shelly. Erase. Now, let's start. This is the command file, this is the constants, and the states, which are basically how he reacts and behaves. This is his sprite file, his animation file, his sound file. The common one, that's CNS file. This is his common states. This is him being hurt, jumping, walking, crouching, falling down, bouncing off the ground. This is everything that regards to how he behaves how she behaves when hit, hurt, or whatever the hell is happening to her. Now, let's see, Ryon, Shelly, and Shelly from Dragglade, and the date is 12/27. Okay, she will use one palette for now, and I don't have to change this yet. In fact, I don't have to change it all, thanks to Fighter Factory 3. Okay, save that. So Shelly's character folder is made. Yay. Did I close that? Yeah, I did. Okay. Projects. Open. Now you will have to locate your Mugen folder, locate the characters folder, and locate the character you're making folder, in this case Shelly. Load up her def file, and boom. The character's loaded, and it's obviously Kung Fu Man in disguise as a woman, which we don't want. So let's start off. We're going to make the SFF file. The SFF file is basically just all the sprites, effects, portraits, everything that you can think of. We're not going to simply just use the override tool and load a new image into it. We're just going to make a new sprite file. Now, and erase all of his palettes too. This will cause errors if you don't erase these. Good. Now, before you continue with the sprites, if you load up your Mugen folder, inside the docs folder, there is a file called SPR, which is a HTML document. This file basically explains to you how to position certain sprites. I've never really read this document at all, but I do know it includes an image which is also located like right here. You could just open the image honestly, and yeah, you can just view it like that. But this tells you of the required sprites and the numbers you must follow, and these are the required sprites right here. All of these 5,000, these are Hertz sprites, Hertz sprites, Hertz sprites, Hertz sprites, Hertz sprites, blah 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 blah. And here's the diagram. The diagram is what you really need. You don't need any of this top piece here. Also, recommended group numbers. This is also important. You could use any number you want to, but it's recommended that you use this in case someone else puts your character into a custom state. They will have the proper animations for it and sprites in case the character uses those sprites. These aren't really hard to follow. Look, stand, turning, stand to crouch, crouching, stand to crouch, walking forward, walking backwards, jump, start, jump neutral, which is jump straight up, forward, back, downwards were never used in Mugen. The code is a null basically, but because it's null, it doesn't really affect anything, but you can use them. I've seen someone use them before. Kind of strange really. Jump landing, run forward, run back, I'll hop back. Guard, 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 guard. That's it. I mean, these are the recommended group numbers, which I recommend everyone should use as their basic numbers for the SFF and animation stuff. Now, we just need this image, so we'll close this off and just open up the image using image Windows preview, or whatever the hell they call it in Windows 7. Yeah, Windows photo viewer. So okay, so here, first one, 5,000. Looks like it's aligned at the feet, complements in the face. 5,010, aligned at the feet, his face is going further back. 5,020, aligned at the feet, his face is going way back. Now, how this works is, this is 5,000, this is 5,001, this is 5,002. Now, I know it's confusing to look at first, but it's really not. And I just realized I forgot to show you what sprites need to be edited, but that's okay. I will start with Shelly's folder. Now, I name my stuff based off what they look like, and I kind of messed up with this, but that's okay. So 5,000 are hurt animation, so I named them hurt. Group 5,000, index 0, axis, this one right here, at the bottom of the 9 axes. This will align the character to their feet and crop the image before access. This way it'll crop her sprite, then align her sprite to that spot, so it'll be perfect. See? That's exactly where she has to be. However, let's fix this palette here. The palettes in Fighter Factory 3 and SFF2 are kind of funny to use, but to make them work, you have to set your group to 1 and your index to 1. And you don't save that here in palettes, you save that here in sprites. And you go to Mugen 1.0. This is if you're making SFF2. If you're making SFF1, you simply load save as a Mugen beta. So Shelly, good. Okay, so now since she only has one sprite to use for her hidden the face animation, and other characters would have more. If you have more characters with more animations, you would go to add sprite and add the next frame. However, she does not have that, so we're going to use this to duplicate the current sprite button. You duplicate it, you name it index 10. So we have 5,000, now you have 5,010. Next we need 5,020. Duplicate again, 5,020. So 0, 10, 20. Good. But I kind of forgot to do something. Lower her by that 2 pixels. This thing doesn't really set them in the correct position. You have to always check your character afterwards. So we have her in the first set of 5,000s. Hit in the face, aligned at the feet. Next we need hit in the face, aligned at the midsection. I've never seen this used for anything, honestly speaking. So I'm going back to 5,000, I'm going to duplicate that again. Put her in the midsection, or whatever I think is the midsection. Then I would change the group to 5,001, because as you can see here, 5,001, 0 is midsection, first animation. Midsection, first animation. Duplicate, 10. Duplicate, 20. If you hit this up and down arrow here, it'll put the organizer on. Hit the auto button to automatically organize it for you. So 5,000, 5,010, 5,020, 5,001, 5,110, 5,120. This is a lot of words to say. It hurts to talk, but I will continue talking. Now duplicate again, because the sprites are going to be the same for her hit in the face, regardless of what part of the alignment she is. So now this is going to be 5,002 index 0, which is hit in the face, aligned to face, as you see here. 5,002 index 0, 5,002 index 0, aligned to face. 5,002 index 0, aligned to face. Duplicate, 10. Duplicate, 20. Did I do that right? Yeah, okay. Okay, there, it registered here now, okay. So 0, 10, 20, 0, 10, 20, 0, 10, 20. Simple enough. This is basically everything here. Now we're moving on. This looks like he was hit in the midsection, so we have to make her look like she was hit in the midsection. That's where we use the second sprite. This is 5,000, 5,010. Align at the bottom, crop before access, Move her down 2 pixels. Oh, also, it's good to add this one stand sprite before you do anything, just so you can get proper alignment the way you want it to be. 0, 0 is group 0, index 0 is like the first stand sprite. So let's have her here. Okay, this is her in the middle. This is perfect for her. Now, she's punched, she'll go there. See? That onion skin is your friend. Onion skin shows you where the previous sprite was. Okay, so this is good here, I think. Let me see. Yeah, this is good here. Okay, so group 5010, index 0, duplicate 10, duplicate 20, and now duplicate again 5011, index 0, the next set, align to midsection, duplicate 10, duplicate 20, duplicate again, group 5012, index 0, align to head, duplicate 10, duplicate 20, automatic organize, and here we go. Hitting the face animation 1, 2, 3, hitting the face animation 1, 2, 3, align to midsection, hitting the face animation 1, 2, 3, align to head, hitting the stomach 1, 2, 3, hitting the stomach align to midsection 1, 2, 3, hitting the stomach align to face 1, 2, 3. This works for characters that usually tend to grab your face, like Ayori from King of Fighters. One of his supers is he grabs your face, holds you up, and burns you. And this is what that sprite would be. This is why you need the required sprites. Save it. Also, save constantly. It's a good thing to save, just because it's just good to save. Now, crouching, 5020. She has no crouching attacks whatsoever. She's going to be standing the whole time you fight her. So, for crouching, you simply reuse the 5000 and 10, 11, and 12 stuff. So let's see. Okay, duplicate 5010, name it 5020. Then, since it's the same, you do it again to 10 and 20. Now duplicate 5021. Oh, 5011 you duplicate really, and turn it to 521. Then wait, does that even? That does not even have a 21 or 22, so it's just 20. Huh, I always made a mistake. She. Okay, automatic numbering again. So we had the 10, the 11, the 12, the 20. Good. Next is falling. This could be a problem for some people because some characters don't have falling. And now I will go back and show you what I meant to show you before. Now, let's see. Hurt, okay. Okay, this is hurt in the face, hurt in the stomach, and then falling down. I made this sprite by rotating this sprite by 90 degrees to the left. So you see, look like she's falling. Then this is actual falling sprite. Then that's a jump. Huh. What did I do with the hit the floor sprite? Did I have that? I don't think I did. I think I missed the sprite again. Damn it. Gotta go back. How long am I recording for? 23 minutes. There we go. I did miss a sprite. Okay. Paste that up in. There we go. Hurt number 3 will become hurt number 4. Now, I know I explain everything, or I just talk too much for too long. I know some of you have no patience, and you just want to get on to actually coding your character and stuff. But I much rather explain all the details to you so you understand why I do what I do and why you should do what you should do. Now, so, okay, we're up to the 5,000 and 5,030. Okay, since she only has a very limited amount of sprites, we're going to reuse sprites like we've done with the previous things. So, this and this. That's all she has for falling down. 5,030, a line there, there. Okay, now, Obviously, onion skin is really good here. So you take the first or second, third hit, 5,000 or 5,020, and you align the hits to that. So say her body is going to be like that, it'll be like this, falling like this. I know this doesn't look right or make any sense whatsoever, but that's the way Mugen likes it. Confusing. So this is her just falling. So let's see, this is going to be 50, duplicate 40, duplicate 30, and this is going to be duplicate 10, duplicate 20. So automatically arrange it, and this is how it works out. 5030 0, 5030 10, 5030 20, 5030 30, 5030 40, 5030 50. And that pretty much covers here, 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 and here. Normally, if you have a proper character, they would fall just the way Kung Fu Man looks like he's falling. However, we do not, and for a chibi character, you have to reuse sprites regardless. So that's what we're doing here to make it work for her, since she only has 2 sprites. So like that, that, and that. Now we need to do this 2 more times for 31 and 32. 31 is going to be aligned to midsection, 32 is going to be aligned to head. Now this could be a bit tricky, but I'll do my best. Watch this. Okay, that's 31, duplicate, 32. Duplicate, 31, duplicate, 32. Duplicate 31, duplicate 32, duplicate 31, duplicate 32, duplicate 31, wait a second. Okay, I did that already. Duplicate 31, duplicate 32. Duplicate 31, midsection. Duplicate 32, head. Now, I have everything there. I'm going to automatically organize it again. And let's set all these sprites up now. Okay, so this is 5030. Good. 5031. I will use the onion skin on this sprite and align all of hers to match this one. And since this one is kind of shifted a little bit, it can't really work for that. But I will make use of it. There we go. This is the reason why onion skin is your friend, and you should enjoy it. Embrace onion skin. Now, onion skin is changed to this one, so we'll change to that. Align here for the head, 32. Align here for the head again. Align here for the head. Unclick onion skin, click it again to change a new image, or use the scroll bar down there. Okay, and okay. Okay, good. Save it. Now, this is all done. This is the confusing stuff here at 30s, really. Now, 40. Looks like hitting the floor, dying, and getting hit while on the floor. So, 5040. Let's see. What did I have for that? Okay, she will use 1 sprite. No, wait, 2. No, 1 sprite. 5040, ground, this, that. Okay, now give or take, let's see. I think this would look best because this line on this axis is basically the line of the floor. So your feet the character's feet have to be either on that line or one above the line, one below the line, depending on their dimension of stance. I think this is best for her here, having 1 pixel below it. So it looks like her body's covering up the floor, which it probably is. So let's see, 40, 41, 42. Okay, that means there's a 41 and a 42, and there's a 10 and a 20. So duplicate 10, duplicate 20, duplicate 41, 0. I'll at the midsection. Duplicate 10, duplicate 20, duplicate again, 42, 0. I'll at the head. Duplicate 10, duplicate 20. Save it. Now, these next sprites here I don't have, she doesn't have. Let's make. Using this one. Actually, no, we could, yeah, okay, that'll work. So using Hurt 000, I think Hurt 000 will work. Let's see. Okay, you rotate 180 degrees. Oh, that's 8. Rotation 180 degrees. Perfect. So she doesn't look too happy with that fall. Okay, let's try Hurt 003. Loading. Okay, so rotate 90 degrees because she's already sideways. Okay, that's the wrong side. Rotate negative 90 degrees. Okay, she looks really awkward falling like that. I don't like it. I guess I'll just use Hurt 001 and flip that upside down. Okay, so rotate 90. Nope, almost. Rotate 90 again. Perfect. Well, that's gonna be, I guess. This will be called down. Also, as you see here in this thing, these last sprites, 50, 70, these are for someone holding you up in the air. For instance, like say Rugel Bernstein from King of Fighters. He is a mover. He stabs you in the stomach, raises you up in the air, and like sends dark energy throughout your body and explodes you or something like that. These are the sprites I would use for that. So what we're going to use for her is more or less the same sprite. Lost the 90 there. That's what that's going to be. So I'll call this one like hold up 000. And the fancy thing I love about iDraw is the rotation ability. So I say I want to rotate this, I'll rotate 45 degrees to the left. See, 45 degrees to the left, and it looks almost pixel perfect. In fact, you wouldn't even notice the difference unless you like stare at it for a second. So hold up 001. Okay, so now let's do the final part. Once I finish with the SFF, I will end the video here and move on to the next video, maybe later on today or tomorrow, and see what goes on exactly. So we're up to 50-60. There's no 50-50, I just noticed. Okay, 50-60. This is Kung Fu Man's, I'm not sure what you call it, Kung Fu Upper. This is Kung Fu Upper, where he hits you in the chin and sends you flying upwards. This animation is used a lot for people, and a basic example of this would be Ryu from Street Fighter. His Shoryuken, or Shin Shoryuken, hits your chin, hits your chin, and you fly up into the air like that, like ooh, ooh, ooh. Now for this, I think I'm just going to go back to the first 5,000. No, not that one. Actually, yeah, I'll just take the first 5,000 and 0, duplicate that, make it 560, and then I will use the 5,010 0. Oh wait, no, wait, what am I using? Up, down, okay. Okay, so organize. Okay, so 5,060, index 0. That's getting knocked up into the air. Then I'll use down, no, that's dash, down, as 5,060, index 10. Align the same place, crop before, and she's going to fall like this. Move her over to the left a little bit. See? So she gets hit up in the air like this, comes down like that. Now let's see, duplicate this, 61, midsection, duplicate again, 62, head, I made an accidental duplication, it seems. Okay. Now this is duplicate to make 61. Here. Duplicate again, 62. Here. Auto organize. Okay, so it's hit up, falling down, hit up, falling down, hit up, falling down. Perfect. Next, the last set of animation would be 5,070. Hold up I'm going to call it hold up because I think that works best. So what we're going to do is use 5010 0. Duplicate that. This will become 5070. Auto arrange. Then I will add the new sprites that I made called hold up, I think. Hold up, okay. So hold up, I numbered them wrong, but it's basically the right way to do it. Group 5070, image 10, crop before access, there. Now, I'll add the other one. This is the actual hold up part. I know this video is getting long, boring, and probably... No! What did I do? No, okay. If you add two of the same sprites, Fighter Factory will give you an error, and it's a bad error. 50, 70, 20. That's what I meant to put. If you put numbers of the same index, it'll ask you a question about palettes and stuff, because palettes are kind of funky. Okay, so 70 is like this, 7010 is like this, 7020 is like that. Okay, it looks strange at first, but no one uses this alignment. This is strictly here just for, I guess, what the engine wants you to have. So 71 will be midsection, 7110 will be midsection here. This is what's mostly used. 7120 will be right here, like this. Now, let's see. Okay, auto organize, always your friend, never be afraid to use it. Boop, boop. Now we need 3 more, duplicate again, 72, align at the head, 7210, align at the head, 72, did I number the last one? 7210, okay, 7220, align at the head, auto organize. Okay, let's that. Good. Now that's all there is for this required sheet here. This is all of the hurt animations falling and stuff. That's all there is to that. And let me add the small portrait while I'm here. Group 9000, index 0, axis top left. Do not crop image. It still gave me a bad alignment. Anyways, save the SFF, auto arrange it. Let's take a look at what we have. Stand, for the sake of figuring out how you're gonna align everything. Hit in the face, hit in the face, hit in the face. Align the midsection, align the head, hit in the stomach, align the align the midsection, align the head. Hit while crouching, falling, falling, falling. Hit the ground. Hit the ground, align midsection. Hit the ground, align head. Hitting the face going up. Hitting the face coming down. Hitting the face going up, align midsection. Hitting the face going down, align midsection. Hitting the face going up, face. Hitting the face going down, face. Hold up, normal stance, no one uses. Hold up, midsection alignment. Most characters will use this one. Going up, grab by the face. I don't know who really uses this unless someone wants to tase you like that. But that's that. And the small portrait. Now, if you actually want to see this stuff in action, you can just test it up in Mugen after you build your 5000s and hit your invisible Kung Fu Man, and you'll see it work. Although it may not be the best, but it'll still work. Also, by adding that one sprite,
get ready, fighters! Go for broke
in the game. As that. See? I hit her, and she shows hurt. I knock her down, and she shows hurt. Show him! Now let's knock her into the air. Hit her in the face. Shoop. Falling up. Falling down. Boom! Lay dead in the ground. Excellent. Well, thanks for joining, everybody. We'll start actually working on other things in the SFF in the next video. I know this was long, but the preparation was intensely long, and now it's all paying off for you listening to me. I hope you guys have a better understanding of sprites, organizing, and the SFF requirements. I will see you later.